Hello everyone, welcome. So for today's video, let us all discover the literature of Region 1, the Ilocos region. So let's go! The four provinces of the Ilocano homeland, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and landlocked Abra, stretch from the Cape Buedor at the northwestern tip of Luzon down to the Gulf of Lingayen. Most of the population is concentrated along a narrow coastal plain that has only a few good harbors. This environment is harsh, forcing Ilocanos to be hardworking and thrifty. Many Ilocanos have left their homeland to seek employment elsewhere. The Ilocanos speak a Western Austronesian language of the Northern Philippine group, whose closest relatives are the languages of neighboring mountain peoples. Ilocano has become the lingua franca of northern Luzon, as Ilocano traders provide highland peoples with their primary link to the commerce of the outside world. According to one Ilocano origin myth, a giant named Aran built the sky and hung the sun, moon, and stars in it. Under their light, Aran's companion, the giant Angalo, could see the land, which he then molded into mountains and valleys. The giants found the world they had created windswept and desolate. Angalo spat on the earth, and from his spit emerged the first man and woman. He placed them in a bamboo tube that he tossed into the sea. The bamboo washed up on the shore of the Ilocos region, and from this couple came the Ilocano people. Like other Filipinos, Ilocanos recognize an array of supernatural beings such as the Katawtawan, the spirit of infants who died unbaptized, who in turn victimized newborns; the Karkarma, the souls of living persons, leave the body at death but linger in the house until after the post-funerary offerings of food are made to the deceased, in the form of the scent of perfume, the odor of a burning candle, or a strange draught of the wind. They are believed to visit relatives who have failed to come to the sick bed of the deceased. The Al-Aliyah, the spirit doubles of humans, appear at their human doubles' death as the groaning of the dying, the cracking of glass, the rattling of beds, and the banging of doors, or in the form of a grunting pig, howling dog, or a growing chicken. These signs remind the living to pray to God for the forgiveness of the deceased's sins. Filipinos were converted to Roman Catholicism by Spanish colonial settlers. Catholicism in the Philippines combines belief in patron saints with belief in supernatural forces. Many people consult faith healers for herbal treatments of physical ailments. Ilocanos celebrate national and religious holidays. Their rites of passage. Although free to choose their own marriage partners, young people seek the approval of both sets of parents. When a couple decides they'd like to marry, the first step is for the young man to ask for the consent of his own parents. His parents will pay the dowry and finance the wedding. Next, the future groom makes a formal announcement, or panagpudno, to the young woman's parents of his intention to marry their daughter. Ilocanos share the same basic values as other Filipinos, such as baing, which corresponds to hiya or amor proprio, the fear of gossip, and the desire to avoid the envy of others serve as strong pressures for conformity. Before pushing through with his or her own plans, a person feels alumiim or the need to figure out how others will react first in order to avoid embarrassment. It is essential to show panagdayaw or proper respect for the sensitivities of others. This requires that individuals speak about themselves only in the humblest of terms. Although Ilocanos are group-oriented, they also value a certain individualism or agwayas. One should not reveal his or her inner intentions to others, since it is unwise to be too trusting. A person is expected to overcome life's challenges through his or her own hard work, limiting his or her dependence on others to obtaining aid from close kin. Their living conditions: Ilocanos raise 2 to 3 feet off the ground. Houses have beams of wood, walls of bamboo, and roofs of rice straw or cogon grass. Sometimes, newly married children may live in roofed extensions, on the bangsal, or a landing on the staircase. Guests wait before being admitted and wash or wipe their feet before entering the receiving room. Curtains or bamboo partitions separate the living room from the bedroom areas. Most have beds but prefer sleeping mats. A separate storage room also serves for a place to change clothes. Outhouses provide toilet facilities. The structure of the Ilocano family, average size 6 to 7 persons, conforms to the general Filipino pattern. The father is the formal head of the family, backing up the mother who disciplines the children and manages the house finances. The eldest child divides the chores equally among siblings. Grandparents tend to be more indulgent of grandchildren than the parents themselves. Ilocano food essentially resembles that elsewhere in the country, but Ilocanos are especially fond of bagoong, or a salty shrimp or fish paste. One regional specialty that has entered national cuisine is pinakbet, eggplant, bitter melon, okra, and green beans cooked with bagoong, tomatoes, and a little water, or dried or boiled fish meat or shrimps can be added to improve the taste. Other favorites are dinardaraan or cooked pig's blood, dinuguan in Tagalog, and kilawin, the lean meat and intestines of water buffalo, cow, sheep, or goat, eaten raw or partially cooked with a sauce of vinegar, salt, hot pepper, and pig's bile. Ilocanos are almost all literate. They can read or write. The Ilocanos have an epic, the Biag ni Lamang, or Life of Lamang, which however exists only in the form of highly Hispanicized metrical romance composed in the 19th century. Ilocos is also the only place in the country where the Spanish zarzuela, opereta, is still performed. One uniquely Ilocano game is Kukodisi. A stick or daan anak is placed on the baseline scratch into the ground. One player makes the stick jump in the air. The other player tries to catch it before it hits the ground. If the latter cannot do so, a second, longer stick, the inina, is laid across the baseline. The player then tries to hit it with the anak. The next two phases of the game involve competing to see who can hit the anak, which has been tossed in the air and stuck into the baseline, respectively, with the inina the farthest. Children enjoy such games as balay-balay or playing house, hide and seek, team tag, jumping hurdles, or sticks or outstretched arms or legs, jacks, and chess. Ilocanos engage in the same hobbies as all Filipinos. This includes weaving, wood carving, and playing chess. So that's it. This is Arjun Mark Kuyag Payot. See you next week. Bye!